This is cassia. It's a huge weed in the rainforest and it grows prolifically. It suppresses growth in the native plants and quickly fills landscapes with its yellow flowers. Like most weeds in this area, the job of eradicating them is next to impossible. Birds spread the seeds and their seedlings in every corner of the forest. But we try to keep onto it by pulling them out before they get too big. Although some of these ones have already gotten way too big already. In the corner of this paddock, we planted an orchard a few years ago. This side of the paddock is a mess though, and the goats aren't allowed in here after sneaking through the fence to eat poisonous avocado leaves a few too many times. The sheep are good and don't get out, but they can't keep onto all of the growth. So I've been thinking of new ideas. I want to plant it up with bananas and continue my banana patch here. Using permaculture practices, I could plant ground covers so that the weeds are easier to control. It's a dream for now, but getting rid of these cassias is the first step.
I've been pulling cassia all morning, but it's so hard. I think they've just gotten a bit too big, so I think I need to come back with the chainsaw and chainsaw them back, and then that'll make sure that their root structures get a bit smaller so that next time I can pull them, because at the moment the roots are like that thick. There's no way. I pulled, I don't know, maybe half of them? Probably not. All the small ones, but the big ones are just too big.
So we get this one question over and over again, which is, what kind of supernatural or mythical or mystical experiences have we had in the rainforest? And I used to be a real skeptic about this kind of stuff, but honestly, we have experienced too many unexplainable things. So while I sew today, let me tell you a few stories. So this one time when I was a kid, I was trying to get to sleep and all of a sudden the whole wall of my room lit up in fluoro green, and the vines that were growing on the veranda were all kind of shadowed, and highlighted through them was this luminescent green, unlike anything else. Like, I was so confused. I thought there's nothing there could be except for aliens. There's definitely an alien landing on the farm right now, and you know, before this I didn't believe in aliens, but what else could it be? What else can be fluoro green? And literally, this has been 15 years probably that I've thought, well, I saw aliens that night. And then a few weeks ago, there was a meteorite, and we actually saw it, but we were kind of facing the wrong direction, so we thought it was lightning because we just saw a flash in the sky, and we're like, oh, that was lightning, that's funny, there's no storm around. And then it turns out it was this massive meteorite that people saw all over the coast of Australia, and it lit up the sky bright green. So now I'm thinking, wow, that time I probably just saw a meteorite flashing, and that was what lit up my room, so maybe it wasn't aliens this whole time. Which is kind of funny because I always thought it was aliens, but it kind of also makes me think that, I mean, magic and nature are the same thing, so in some ways, like, I wasn't wrong. Like, magic and nature and science, they all come back to the same beautiful thing. So me and a friend were pulling some tarot cards the other day, and we had them all spread out over the table, and then I left and I came back the next day and two of them had stuck to the table, the Fool card and the Death card. So I don't know what that means. If anyone knows tarot cards better than I do, please let me know, because it's a bit concerning. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. But I actually love tarot cards as a way to kind of analyze all the thoughts that are going on in your head and then mix that with a bit of magic and then kind of be guided and have a little bit of direction from the cards. When I was doing tarot, my friend actually told me about this really cool experience with AstroTalk, which is an online psychic. Her friend's name is Ashley, and she was heartbroken after her ex left. Desperate for answers, she decided to speak to a psychic. Without knowing anything except for her date of birth, the psychic said, "You were together for 5 to 6 months, and he has blue eyes, right?" She was obviously shocked, wondering how the psychic could possibly know that, and then the psychic said, "He's been thinking about you a lot, and he's going to come back." Ashley didn't believe it at first, but just a few days later, her ex texted her out of the blue. I think this kind of thing is so cool. I just love hearing these kind of magical stories, and I feel like everyone has some sort of experience like this. If you're in a similar place, stuck in no contact, confused, or just wanting some answers on something, you should definitely try AstroTalk. The first chat is completely free, so there's nothing to lose. The link's in our description if you want to check it out. I've been busy building the abandoned cabin for the last few weeks, but this week I've taken a little bit more time for myself. I've been working big days, normally waking up at 6 a.m. to get to work and not getting home until 6 p.m. Well, it's been so much fun and I'm learning so much, and I'm really inspired to get back into it next week. This week I thought I needed a little bit more time just to reconfigure my life, to organize my tools and to do something that's not just building. Sewing is always how I just sit with my thoughts, and I love the mindless clarity it gives me. The simple steps of designing something and then slowly sewing seams until it becomes a garment is satisfying for the soul like nothing else. This top that I'm making is a bit of an experiment and I have no idea how it will turn out, but that's just part of the fun. I got this fabric secondhand and I've never been sure of the colour, so it's taken me ages to find the inspiration to make something from it. But I realised it would make the cutest strapless tie-up bandeau.
We've been following the goat tracks and we found the hole that they're getting through, but it turns out that this whole fence is just quite bad, so we probably need to mend the whole fence, which is not going to be a fun job. The thing about fencing for goats is that you have to really change your mindset and become a goat, so you have to use all fours to get through the trails and check where they're getting through, and it is here. Goats could get through any of this, to be honest. It is not looking good. There is a lot of places that goats can get through.
We started the big job by just weeding the fence line while we tried to think of a solution, but we quickly got overwhelmed and didn't know what to do. So the next day, with some rest and some time to think, we came back with lots of ideas.
Yesterday we were feeling so overwhelmed by this fencing, but today we've come back to it and I think we can do it. I don't think it's as bad as we thought. We're just going to put this dog wire over it all, and hopefully that'll stop the goats from going underneath it. We might also put a little electric fence.
And the solution turned out quite simple. It's always a reminder to sit back sometimes and think instead of rushing into anything.
There's a lizard living inside of the fence, and once you see a reptile in the rainforest, then after that everything just feels snaky for the rest of the day, and every single leaf looks like a snake, and every stick on the ground looks like a snake, and then there's a rock and that's a snake, and everything's a snake. So I think
moving the sheep and goats at the same time is always chaotic. They both prefer to be the centre of attention, so get offended by the other flock. They also aren't allowed into all of the same paddocks, and the goats are much naughtier than the sheep, so I never want the goats to teach the sheep their bad ways of jumping fences and eating veggie gardens, so we normally keep them pretty separate. Grazing them together though is amazing. The sheep eat all of the grass because it's their favourite, but the goats love eating all of the shrubs and weeds, so together they can keep a big area well grazed and weed free.
it's so hard working with sheep and goats at the same time because they have completely different personalities. So the sheep are... Oh, they're coming! Good girl! They're a bit bratty and they don't like to come when the goats are getting the attention because they want the attention all for themselves. Come on! Come on! Yeah? Come on! Now they won't even come because they want to be the center of it. Come on!
We've had this flock of sheep for almost 20 years, and the goats we've had for just 5 years. So the sheep, especially Aphrodite, think that they are the queens of the farm. Aphrodite is the head of the flock, and her twins are the third generation of sheep. They are the great-grandchildren of the first sheep ever born at the farm. Maybe this is why they have a superiority complex against the goats.
No, this is for me. Do you want one as well? Yes, special one for you. Oh no, Sapodio is going to. There's nothing like the temptation of a guava to get the sheep and goats to go to the right paddock. It just means that they can smell the fruit and they will come actually to the right paddock and not run away. It's cleanup time.
Back at the cabin, we're almost completed all of the jobs. Me and Mum are cleaning up all of the building supplies, which feels like a big moment. We still have a few more projects to do here, but I think we're done with all of the big tools, and over the last few weeks I've accumulated a lot of mess. Seeing the cabin slowly get tidy is really exciting because suddenly I can see all of the work we've done, and I see the potential for all new ideas and inspiration. This old bench we got from a neighbour who was throwing it out.
Sturdy.
So we're placing it on chairs to make it a cute little bench seat.
So I found something on Marketplace that's really cheap and it's going to be really perfect, I think. It's a stone natural basin and it's going to be so good for the space. I'm just really excited. So I'm going to go see if it's everything that I hope it is. It's way up another valley, so I'm going to go venture. It's always so funny picking up local Marketplace things because like the directions to get here were just like keep going into the rainforest until you see me waiting at the driveway, and I'm like, where am I? Where?
I eventually found the place and picked up something very exciting, which I think will be the perfect finishing touch to this place.
So I don't know if this Marketplace sink is going to be too small, but it's so gorgeous. It's actually been carved from a real rock. So it's the perfect thing for this space. It's all natural and beautiful. And I have a spot that I think will really suit it.
This is the sink that I drove far into the forest to collect, and it's so beautiful. It's carved from a natural stone and it suits this place so much, continuing all of the natural elements of the build.
I love it so much here. I think it's so cute, but I don't know, it's a worry that this is going to rot quite quickly because it's out in the weather. So I don't know if we can put it here, but you could even use this cute little carved out spot to store things. Like maybe I could build a shelf into there. It's so beautiful and elfy and it suits this place so much. We love it here so much, but we just can't work out a way that it'll work. So we're going to keep thinking of ideas. One idea we had was to put a big like stone paver on here so that it protects the wood from rotting. And then on top of it, you put the sink, but you can't drill through the stone because that would be too hard and it would probably crack. So maybe lift it up a bit, like put a few chunks of wood in between so that the pipe can go down the back for the water to get away. Hello. What are you up to? You feeling
The goats are always disappointed when it rains, and they either run home to where we've built them a massive, comfortable goat house, or to here, where they also think that we've built them a special hangout spot.
Oh, you're all wet. Ruby, Paisley. Paisley! This is a no-goat spot. The problem with this space is that it's open to the goats and sheep, so they love it here, and they don't have boundaries. They just stand on tables when they feel like it. Don't eat the drill!
This is a consideration that I always forget as I'm building here. That not only is this cabin open to the elements, but it's also open to the goats and their whims. If they feel like standing on tables, they will. If they feel like eating a power drill, they will. If they feel like peeing on a rock, they will.
Bird, not in inside.
But it also means that I get their sweet company as I hang out here, so I'm not complaining.
Goats don't like rainy days, do you, bird? You hate it. So they've decided to join me here, which is very sweet. But I don't know what to do about the sink. I think I'm just going to leave it for now. I can't really make a decision on what's good or where it can go without it being, you know, dodgy and falling off. So I'm just going to have a good think about it. What do you think? Give me your goat knowledge. Hey. I think maybe the goats just think that this is their shed and that I'm doing up a really nice shed for them. So they're a bit spoiled, because they're probably right. Moth! Did you trip over the washing upstairs? The weather's been wet for like months now, and we've barely had, I don't know, sunshine in a really long time. It's weird. Like every day we get a bit of sun and then it rains and then it'll be sunny in like 5 minutes probably, and it'll feel like it's a completely sunny day and it'll be lovely, and then rain will come in again. So we're just kind of going with it and getting lots of building jobs done.
A big thank you to our patrons for your support on our journey of learning and caring.